What's up, family? How are all my fellow lunatics out there doing? Hopefully, pretty well. Hey, it's summer. We're at the end of it, but it's still here. So before it's too late, get out there, get some sun, have some fun. And before we get started, I would like to humbly say I appreciate each and every one of you all. You guys are so amazing. I haven't posted in almost 2 weeks, and somehow I've got 100 new followers in the past 2 weeks. I don't know what happened or how it happened. I've been doing this for close to a year now, and I was barely at 238 followers on TikTok. Um, barely at 47 on YouTube. I've got a new YouTube follower, so thank you to that follower. Um, but thank you to all of my TikTok followers, the 100 new followers. You guys are amazing. I'm really glad that people are finally starting to catch on to what I'm doing. Um, I really do appreciate it. I want to start going live, but as you all probably know, on TikTok, you gotta have 1,000 subscribers. But on YouTube, from what YouTube is saying, I need two more subscribers to get to 50 and I can start live streaming on YouTube. So, if you're on TikTok and and you want to help me out so we can do some live streaming and we can talk, and what I want to talk about are my experiences with corrupt cops, not all corrupt cops, just my experiences with cops in general, or judges or government, um, but not just bad ones, just in general. Not only that, I would like to talk about your experiences. I want to know what you guys have been through when it comes to being mistreated by officers or by judges or by officials. If it's anywhere from officers to social workers, if you had your kids taken away or have been investigated illegally, it happens all the time. So I want to know your stories. I want to be able to put them out there. Not necessarily your identification. I don't want to get no one in trouble, but I would like to go live and just be able to have a back and forth, you know, a genuine back and forth. So if you want to help, but not only that, if you're on TikTok and the video goes a little too long and you want to catch the full video, it's always on YouTube. So, with that being said, as well, if you really want to know about the worst of the worst, the most heinous officers, judges, officials doing the most heinous acts, click on my Patreon link, linked in my YouTube. It's still Rational Lunatic. Just like TikTok. TikTok is Rational Lunatic. YouTube is Rational Lunatic. Patreon, the same thing. Patreon/Rational Lunatic. $5 a month on Patreon. Members only. My not safe for life news. Just understand, you really gotta have a strong stomach and a strong mind for those ones, because they're gonna hurt or anger you, because those are. I mean, I all I do is tell stories about corrupt cops, but those stories are just, I don't like telling them. I'll put it like that. They're hard for me to tell. They're gonna be hard for you to hear. That's why it's on Patreon. Members only, $5 a month. With that being said, I've already said thank you. Let me say it one more time. Thank you so much for being here. And let's get started. But before we do, kick that like button, punch that subscribe button, flick that ding notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest stories. I know it's been a couple weeks, but I'm back. We're gonna get into it. I apologize. I'm looking at buying a house with my fiance where there's a lot going on. So I'm not always here every day like I want to be, but I am doing my best, and I'm gonna get consistent, and I'll be here every day. So, with that being said, though, let's get into this crazy little story, shall we? This one is about a Colorado officer, and as some of you know, but most of you probably don't. So the way I find my stories is I go state to state in alphabetical order and I look up corrupt cops, corrupt officials, corrupt judges arrested. I go through each category. Well, a couple weeks ago, we left off in Colorado, but I still had 3 or 4 stories left to do in Colorado. So that's where this story's from. A Colorado officer has been fired and arrested for hitting a suspect with the muzzle of his gun. Let's get into it, shall we? This report was done by CBS 9 News. A Frederick police officer has been fired and arrested on suspicion of assault on a suspect. Trevor McCourt faces 3 charges, including assault, after an internal investigation found he hit a suspect with his gun during an arrest on April 28th. Frederick, Colorado. A former Frederick Police Department officer faces criminal charges after an investigation found he hit a suspect with his gun in April, the Weld County District Attorney's Office said Thursday. Frederick Police said in a release that about 8:35 a.m., April 28th, McCourt saw a vehicle without a license plate that was speeding and failed to come to a complete stop at the William Bailey Avenue and Majestic Street intersection stop sign. McCourt initiated a traffic stop, but the driver kept going and ran a traffic light at Majestic Street and Colorado Boulevard. After a short, low-speed pursuit, the driver stopped at McClure Avenue and Farmdale Street, where the road dead-ended, the release says. The 35-year-old driver ran off, and officers found him hiding behind a trash can on Sumac Street, police said. While trying to take the man into custody, McCourt hit him on the side of his head with the muzzle of his gun, causing him to fall to his knees. The man was placed into custody and taken to the hospital to be treated for a cut to the head. He was then taken to the Weld County Jail. Officers at the scene reported McCourt's actions because they were concerned that he had used excessive force, according to the release. He was placed on administrative leave while Frederick police conducted an internal investigation. McCourt worked for the Frederick Police Department from September 2023 to June 2024. And we see that a lot, where a lot of these officers who are being disciplined or who are breaking the law have only been with their department for like a year or under. There's a lot of veterans out there doing like really messed up shit too, but for the most part, most of these corrupt like assault charges are officers that have been employed, within a year to 5 years. They're not like veterans for like too long, but they're young and they're power hungry, and they think that badge gives them some sort of invisibility cloak to where they can go out there and just do what they want and the law won't see it happening. You know what I mean? Anyway, where was I? He was fired June 6th due to violations of department policy related to use of force and standards of conduct, according to the release. The Weld County District Attorney's Office said on Tuesday it filed the following charges against McCourt: second-degree assault, a felony. Second-degree assault, a felony. First-degree official misconduct, a misdemeanor. Reckless endangerment, a misdemeanor. McCourt was taken into custody in Douglas County on Wednesday and posted bond. He is due in court on June 28th. I did look, before I did the story, I looked to see if, there was any more anything had developed, and it hadn't yet, at least not reported. Um, so, as always, if you want to know more, let me know. I will do my best to research it and try to find out what's going on in this case. Um, but as a lot of you probably know, if you're felons or if you've been in the court system, if you have three charges, two are felonies, or one's a felony, two are misdemeanors, a lot of times they're gonna try to drop the felony and get you to take the gross misdemeanor, the grossest misdemeanor, um, because at least as far as I believe, they want you to think that you're good to go, right? So they can give you that one felony, you do 6 months to a year, right? You get out, you might learn your lesson, and they don't make much money off that. Or they give you 6 months probation, they don't make much money off that. But if you're really as messed up as, you know, your actions say you might be, and they give you a good deal, like taking a felony away, dropping one of the misdemeanors, and giving you just the highest gross one, which still is going to cost you, they're going to make some money off you, but that gives you a lot of rope to just hang yourself. Um, and what a lot of people do is they take that and they start feeling invincible, right? And they go, oh, well, I can still live my life. And look, obviously, they didn't have enough on me. They couldn't get the felony that I obviously should have gotten. So, whatever. And I've seen this happen many times. A lot of you are probably going to disagree and go, oh, no. If anything, they're going to drop the two misdemeanors and give you the felony. I'm telling you, you're wrong on that. Because I've seen it happen many, many times since I was like a young teenager, because I grew up in a drug world, you know what I mean, in a party world, around gangsters, or around, up in the ghetto around drug dealers since I was like 14, 15, even younger, you know what I mean. um, and when I caught my first, misdemeanor case, um, I had uh, I had possession. My first case, it was 2/8 of weed, which ain't nothing, but they were separately bagged. So they said I had possession with intent to sell, and paraphernalia, because I had a weed pipe on me, and they ended up dropping the possession with intent to sell, which was the felony. Now I thought that if anything, they're gonna drop the possession and the paraphernalia charge and try to get me on the felony, but they didn't. They just wanted me to pay a little fine for possession, which honestly, being I was 19 years old, had that thought. You know what I mean? Because I had even sold drugs. I sold cocaine and stuff when I was in my early teens, mid teens, late teens. Um, Always had money, but on this occasion, I felt like, wow, I got busted with weed, and I didn't think I'd be able to escape a felony charge, even though I wasn't trying to sell it. I had just bought it that way. I bought 2/8 of weed. But they had dropped both of them, and they dropped the possession with intent, and they dropped the paraphernalia and just got me possession, which was, I paid like a three or $400 fine, and had to do like, what was it, like $150 of community service, right? And I was thinking, damn, that sucks, but okay, well, now I know, like, what, they can't really touch me unless they got hardcore evidence, whatever. I don't know what I was thinking. All I know is it made me feel a little bit invincible, right? And that's what they do. They give you enough rope to hang yourself. And they figure, and they're right for the most part. They figure if you've done it once, you're gonna do it again, and you're probably gonna do it bigger and better the next time, or at least think that you should, because if you're gonna get busted, might as well get busted doing it. Going all out, right? Tell me that a lot of you haven't had that mentality. And you know what? Whatever. Tell me I'm wrong. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, we know how the law works. A lot of us do. So he's got one felony, two misdemeanors. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think they're gonna stick him with the felony assault, or do you think they're gonna stick him with the obstruction of justice, or what was it? Hold on, let me get back into that real fast. Let me get back into. Are they gonna get him with the second degree assault, the felony, or the first degree official misconduct, or the reckless endangerment, which are both misdemeanors? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna quit rambling. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. I'm a little bit rusty. I'm tired. My fiance and I are looking at buying a house. I work nights, so it's been rough, guys. Like honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I'm just extremely tired. For the last couple weeks, I haven't had the energy that I'm used to having. I've been just beat up, and I don't know why. Like I'm not working harder. Um, I you know I bought an Escalade for my birthday. I got a new tattoo on my neck, um, and we're looking at buying a house. But I'm looking at getting a second job here in the next week or so, and I'm just nervous because for some reason, all of a sudden, I am just constantly drained, and I don't understand why. So anyway, I hope you all can understand that. Please forgive me, but I am coming back. I do want to post every single day. I really do want to go live. I'm thinking like every Saturday I want to go live on YouTube. Um, but like I said, according to YouTube, I need 2 more followers, and I'm good to go. So help a brother out. Let's get it done. With that being said, if you made it till the end with me. Thank you so much for being here. I apologize for all the riffraff and the slurring my words. I'm extremely tired. Uh, but I'm gonna cut one more video and I'm gonna get out of here. I hope y'all appreciate this and thank you. Thank you so much. As we always say at the end of these videos, y'all, though, stay healthy, stay free, and stay wild, y'all. Rational Lunatic, signing out.